up, everyone? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah from Holes Reviews, and today we are going to review Jaws. Jaws was directed by Steven Spielberg, one of his first movies, and it stars Roy Schneider, Richard Dreyfuss, and the late great Robert Shaw. It came out with a book with the same name in 1974 called Jaws. And it became a summer blockbuster. It really created the summer blockbuster genre. So it came out in the summer of 1975, and then everybody was like, what is this? And then it became one of the biggest blockbusters in the summer, and that's what started the whole blockbuster summers. Just before we start, spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen Jaws, I highly recommend you go watch it now, and then come back and watch this. I am spoiling most of the movie, so please, I am spoiling all of the movie, so please go watch it. So, in all honesty, people are probably wondering, this is your first YouTube channel, YouTube episode. Why are you doing Jaws? To tell you the truth, Jaws terrified me when I was a kid. I was petrified. I remember one of my brothers watching it, and I'd be too scared to even touch the shark on the cover of the movie on the VCR. So I grew to love this film. It's an amazing film. I actually showed my fiance when we first started dating, and he was blown away by it too. So such a good film. It's very well done. Obviously, they went over the budget too. Fun facts about Jaws is that they went over budget. They were past deadline. The shark never worked. It just never really came. It never really was starting to happen for poor Steven Spielberg. And then, like, bam, it came out. It finally came out, and it was everything everyone hoped and more. Made people terrified to go in the water. As of me, I was even scared to go in the water in the winter because of sharks. So definitely a huge film, and I figured this would be a perfect start to overview in this film. Of this film. So, start of the film. Obviously, incredibly intense, scary as all hell, and you don't know what's going to happen next. So you get introduced to the score of the soundtrack, so when you know the shark's coming, you hear the classic bana, 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 bana. That's obviously done by John Williams, who collaborates with Steven Spielberg lots of times. He did Jurassic Park. He did also a number of his films. I don't have it at the top of my head right now, but they collaborate a lot together. And they win numerous Academy Awards together for their films, so good on them. Good partnership. Usually Steven Spielberg keeps the same people that he works with for most of his films so that it just works better and he knows who he's working with, so it's smart. So then we get introduced to Chief Brody. So it's played by Roy Schneider. He's new to the town of Amity. I hope I said that right. Please don't kill me. And it's a small town. It was actually filmed in Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. and so yeah, so he's new to town. He's obviously getting the hang of it. They're talking about fences in the beginning. If you watch the film, and so yeah, so he comes off with, he finds Chrissy's body, and obviously he knows it's a shark, but the mayor is like, no, it's not. We'll keep the beaches open because the beaches give us all the money because they're a small coastal town and they only get all their revenue and everything because it's a tourist population town. They get so much tourists coming in the summer. So the mayor's like, don't do it. Don't close the beaches. 2 people are dead. Chrissy from the beginning, which no one saw. So the mayor was like, don't close the beaches. And then this kid, who everybody saw, so there's obviously a big public outcry. Everyone's kind of upset about what's going on. Should we close the beaches? And then we get introduced to one of the best characters ever. This film could not have made it as a success without Robert Shaw. And it's so sad that he passed away. He only passed away like 2-3 years after Jaws. But like, oh, such a great scene. There's a public forum. Everyone's upset about the sharks. The boy, obviously, the mother's upset, and then they're talking about what they're going to do for the summer. What are we going to do? Are we going to keep it open or not? So they don't take up his proposition, and they just make a big announcement saying $3,000 for whoever can catch the shark. And obviously, it's a lot of money in 1975, so everybody goes out. And then that catches the attention of Richard Dreyfuss, who's a marine biologist coming in to study the sharks. He studies sharks for a living, and he comes out to help with Chief Brody to see what's going on and how they can get this shark, pretty much. They take a boat out. He has a lot of money, so they have a nice boat. They take a boat out and they notice one of the a shipwreck, and they find a tooth, a huge shark tooth, along with a really big jump scare with a man's face popping out. Watch it if you need to. So he pulls out the shark tooth, but while the face comes out to jump him, to scare him, he drops the tooth, and then they're kind of stuck. So then they have a meeting. Now they kind of know how big this shark is. And obviously Chief Brody's not having a great time, so they both go to the mayor to try to make sure that this gets stopped and that they can get this shark. So obviously the mayor clearly doesn't listen to Richard Dreyfuss or Chief Brody, which is super annoying. So they open the beaches up again. Everyone's kind of still hesitant, but they still go in. And then the shark ends up killing someone else. It's almost Chief Brody's son, but it's another older guy on a boat. And he dies in front of everybody again. So another big miss. So they end up hiring Robert Shaw's character. So Chief Brody, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw's character all get on a boat and they go out to go find that fish. Then pretty much for the rest of the movie is just them three. So they're cruising around trying to find this great white shark and trying to kill him. And it starts getting pretty intense with how it goes. They used barrels. So Spielberg thought of the idea of hooking barrels to the shark. So every time the barrel showed up in the film, you know the shark was there. So they harpooned the shark and a barrel attached. And then they added a couple more barrels to try to slow it down, but obviously that didn't do it, and because the shark's so big. So every time you saw the barrels throughout the rest of the movie, you knew, oh crap, that's when the shark is coming. And obviously with the soundtrack from John Williams, that it just kind of added to it. So they still haven't found anything. They've been out there for a couple days now, and then they get this really good scene. So where they're comparing scars, joking around, singing, they're drinking, and Robert Shaw delivers this amazing scene where he's explaining what happened he was on this ship. That's what we're dealing with here. It's not just a summer blockbuster. It's character development too. Crap, that's deep. So pretty much what happens for the rest of the film, the Richard Dreyfuss character goes in the water in a cage. The shark attacks the cage. Richard Dreyfuss goes deeper in the water. They think Richard Dreyfuss dies, but he doesn't. Obviously, the shark rips the crap out of the orca, which is Robert Shaw's boat. Then it ends up ruining Robert Shaw's boat, and obviously Robert Shaw dies with the boat. The shark eats him. And then Brody shoots the shark because there's a tank in his mouth, which they explained earlier in the film, where it's a very explosive tanks because of the oxygen tanks, they blow up. So the shark's gnawing on this tank, and Chief Brody shoots it, and then he dies. The shark blows up, and then him and Richard Dreyfuss swim away to an island close by. So I think it's actually the shore close by. So overall, God, such a good movie. Such a good movie. I don't know why I was so scared when I was a kid, but my God, I love it. So please go watch it again. Just keep watching that film. I watch it every year at least. I try to because it's that good. I obviously love it so much that I bought a shirt. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll be posting videos hopefully every week. So keep an eye on it. And please like and subscribe. Thank you. And this has been Whool's Reviews, where I watch the movie so you don't have to.